On this episode, we set our hopes high because we love being disappointed.
Wow, that's negative. On this episode, I can't wait to share with you what I'm really excited about this year.
I can't even say what that was because it's a...
What?
It was just like so...
Yeah, that's nice, right?
So handsy. In an emotional way.
On this episode, we dig our hands into what's coming up next.
In this episode, we grope you with our enthusiasm. That's like what it was.
Oh, that's good. Why didn't you just say that?
I should have. Oh, okay, I'll write that.
On this episode, we grope you with our enthusiasm. Is that good?
Nice, that was perfect. Welcome to Save Every Universe. My name is Alec Garcia. I am the protege of Jaren Ward. Wielding my mentor's cannon, I will hunt down the shadows of yore, and if you make me draw, the last word spoken will be yours, not mine.
Oh, nice.
Good, right?
That's good, yeah. You've clearly been reading the Grimoire Anthology, because that's not in the game.
Hey, don't be a dick about it, okay?
Okay, my name's Robbie. My nemesis has stolen my girl, and his children have captured my new buddy's friends, so now I need to don a cape and fly my way across new worlds filled with new adventures.
Quotes, air quotes. They're not new worlds and they're not new adventures.
This is an old game.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not who you were last. Who were you last week?
Oh, I've been the same character for 4 weeks in a row.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
I was Star Wars. I was all the Star Wars.
Yeah, you with the Republican stuff. Were you?
No!
You were something Star Wars.
No, I was...
Dragon Age.
No.
Yeah, Mass Effect.
Those are
the
all
only
very
games
different.
you play.
Those are not the only games
They probably all have Republics in them, though.
Huh, that'd be an interesting psychological study of how many games I play with Republic.
That's like your jam, right? Like some knight figure is like fighting against a republic for the good cause or whatever. That's like the whole. That's your whole psyche, and all stories that you absorb has been molded by that template.
I don't think that's true.
I think that's true.
Chrono Trigger,
same thing. I never played Chrono Trigger all the way through. Final Fantasy IX though was like that, and you liked that game.
I did like 9, but it's not like my. Okay, whatever. Last week I was Sir Emmerich from Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, okay. See, that's a good one. That's like basically Star Wars, though.
Basically,
knights.
He's a
and
Jedi.
There's a Republic, and
there's an AT-AT walker that goes
swap
to the
out
city.
the swords for the lightsabers. You're good.
Same thing.
Yeah. And last week I was Joseph Seed from Far Cry New Dawn, specifically.
Probably.
Out of the bunker.
Here's the
17
thing. You like to be
later.
characters for games that haven't even come out yet.
Uh-huh.
Like John Marston, where you're like, I don't even know if he's in the game.
Perfect segue. I am very excited about Far Cry New Dawn, and we're going to talk about that today, because today we're talking about most anticipated games of 2019. What have you on the docket today, Robbie?
So I wrote down 10 games I'm excited about.
Wow, you actually had a number? Yours weren't numbered, so I just
No, mine are numbered.
Every game.
And they're in order. And they just say Anthem 10 times.
I really need to look at your notes more closely before we start recording.
Yeah, I can't believe you're criticizing my notes. You didn't even read them.
So continue.
Anthem,
you have them
that's
numbered?
it. I just wrote Anthem 1 through 10.
Okay. Yeah. Anthem,
so it's going to be a short episode. I could probably talk about Anthem.
Yeah. You don't have any reservation. You're really on the. You're drinking the Kool-Aid. You don't have any reservations about it?
None. Okay. We'll talk about more of this in an upcoming episode, but there were some hiccups.
No, not hiccups. The VIP demo was a train
bumps.
wreck. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a train wreck.
So I am curious to. So the big hubbub now is like they released that or a screenshot like leaked about the microtransactions. Have you paid attention to this whole thing?
No.
And people are freaking out because
I am BioWare's best boy.
You are BioWare's best boy. And it's actually very silly though, because it's like 20,000 of the in-game currency to buy this skin, and people are like, that's $20 and fuck EA and blah, and it's like no one actually knows like what the currency exchange is going to be, and there's like nothing. There's no information there.
It's for cosmetic shit. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't care. Like it's not going to be pay to win.
Yeah.
It's all cosmetic.
Yeah.
That's what Overwatch.
And
I paid, just so we're clear, I paid one time in Overwatch.
Yeah.
I paid $20
to
get that many loot boxes and still didn't get the skin I was trying to get.
Right.
And I didn't get enough of the in-game currency.
So if you could pay 20 and get the thing
I
that
would
you
have
know
paid
you
it.
wanted.
Yeah. Whereas in Final Fantasy 14, they put Cloud's motorcycle in. Mm-hmm. I paid $25 for it.
Yeah.
But guess what? I fucking got the thing I paid my money for. Cool.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay it? Then don't. Like, who cares?
I find it so first of all, I think it's ridiculous because there's not really any information and people are flipping out about it. I think that's ridiculous to start with. Like, chill out and wait until we know.
Yeah.
Right?
And get a job. You're poor. Is that what you were going?
That is where I was going, yeah.
There was an old YouTube video about Master Chief. Do you remember that?
No.
And he's like, well, are you gonna pay $10 for the DLC? And he's like, I wipe my ass with $10.
Yeah.
You remember that? I don't know if you remember, but it was like
that's amazing.
And he was like, well, it's $10 for a map. He's like,
Yeah.
well, you're poor. You don't have $10. You're broke. Yeah, like he like makes fun of him.
Yeah, especially if you're like really into a game, right? And if you're gonna play Anthem like for a long freaking time, get a year out of it for $60 or whatever, minimum, right?
You can make your
and you buy a microtransaction here and there. Who cares, right?
with all the materials and customizations default.
So
you can make your Javelin look like Iron Man, like just right out of the gate.
That's what I was gonna say.
So
is
what
like,
are you crying about?
They're releasing one of the most comprehensive free cosmetic design studios, like in a game like this ever, and people are flipping out because they're charging for something premium.
Else. So that doesn't include. It's not like that's what gets you that. Yeah,
just do the color thing, the wheel, and the
exactly. There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Like I was messing with that in the beta, and like the way the reflective surfaces work, and it was nuts.
Yeah.
So what? So if you don't want the sticker, that's all they are. They're vinyls.
Yeah.
And they just some of them are armor parts. But...
So I think the fear is valid though that like. I think the general concern is valid that like if they do this, what else does EA have in store? Because EA is kind of a shithead about some of that stuff. But you gotta wait and see, right?
Look,
you gotta wait and see.
And here's the other thing: nobody wants to pay $15 a month for it. Everybody wants constant content. This has been the problem with Destiny and all the other loot shooters.
But other MMOs that have regular installments of content or have a month,
monthly.
You pay the full price for the game, and then you pay a monthly subscription, and no one gives a shit.
I mean,
about
14
that.
has a monthly subscription, and they have these cosmetic things in them.
Yeah,
and they're and they come out with a lot of content.
People,
and I'm happy with it. But I mean, if it's optional, that's so cool, right? They should be thanking. I think you should be thanking the game designer for not taking $15 a month. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, if you want a living, breathing game. Yeah,
so who cares if they do a $20 skin if it's good, or a $20 cosmetic thing? Or,
let those people buy your content for you, because that's what you're doing. Those people who are buying the $20 vinyls are the reason you're getting a dungeon next month. Like, right. So what are you crying about? Yeah. Like, and they're announcing so much content coming out of release. They have like 3 raids. Yeah. They have a ton of shit. Like I don't know. People just want to bitch, dude. People are like, "Oh, it's EA. It's the fucking devil." Like, what did he do? He's fucking evil. He can like. I don't understand. Nobody takes a step back to really think this through.
No, I think that's true.
Now, I'm biased, obviously, but I've played a lot of these MMOs and these types of games, and I really like the if you want to spend the money, by all means, right? Like Overwatch. All the content that's come out has been free. Right. And it's been completely funded by the idiots like me who spent $20 on
boxes and stuff. Yeah.
I only did it once. Yeah. And I kind of was frustrated. I was like, well, I'm not.
Well, and some people want to buy that stuff. Like even in Destiny with like when the Whisper of the Worm quest first came out, we all got it. It's a sniper rifle that at the time was actually quite difficult to get. And your brother immediately like ran out and bought the $8 skin for it because it was like a badge of honor pride thing, because it was at the time it was a highly exclusive event and not very many people had it,
and he was using the gun all the time, so it was worth it for him.
If the designs are good and it's like, just who cares don't spend the money, right? If they start like paywalling shit for that's pay to win and blah 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 blah, sure, okay, that's a different conversation, but that's not even what we're talking about. So okay, moving on. Division 2, man,
is that your number one? Are we gonna mine are ranked. Are you gonna do this ranked? Because we'll have like...
I'm neck and neck with Anthem in the Division 2, actually, right now. I am extremely excited for the Division 2. I love technical shooters. I love Tom Clancy shooters. And I think a lot of the stuff that they're fixing, like the multiple dark zones and changing the layout of the map, and that not all the loot's contaminated, so you don't always have to extract. I think they're making some really cool changes to it that I could see myself actually enjoying the dark zone this time around, and it being somewhat less griefy. And what we were talking about, you brought this up. Don't act like you hate the Division.
It's on my list, actually.
You brought this up
the other night. It's at the bottom of my list, but it's still on there.
Where Destiny went from 1 to 2, and they really maybe shouldn't have, and it kind of split the lore, it split the world, it split the guns in an unnecessary...
Deleted everything you did.
Yeah, in an unnecessary way, where it really was a game you could have continued to play, and they could have released more raids, and et cetera, and it had a cohesive experience. Division 2 they're actually making a good choice by breaking it into a full new sequel, because there was so much like under the hood shit that was broken, and the map was poorly designed. There was so much wrong with it that they then fixed and turned it into the best version of itself that it could be. I think it's the right choice for them to jump to a new sequel, get a bigger, better, more diverse map, and like the full deal. I think it's going to be good.
So yeah, I've been thinking about this actually with Division 2. So where Destiny is supposed to be like your legacy. I mean, right? What's the theme? Become legend, all this stuff. You are the legend. You are supposed to be growing.
Yeah.
Division's not like that. Division's more like a tactical... It's like more in the moment experience, like Wildlands or like something else, right?
In the way that the crime, whatever, like the crime bosses, sort of, it sounds like there's different factions in different parts of the city that you have to take down, and it reminds me almost a little bit more of like Far Cry in that way, of like there's gonna be taking down these factions from these different quadrants, and the Far Cry kind of do the same thing every game, but they add new stuff to it, and it's good. And
Assassin's Creed,
it's somewhere between like a Far Cry Assassin's Creed type situation and a loot shooter. So I think however they've baked that into their formula, I think they're gonna be able to get away with sequels.
I think so too, and like the cool sets, they started putting some really cool sets in Division 1.
Yeah,
they could just bring them They could bring them forward. I don't even know if you're playing your same agent. Are you?
No, it's a whole different... I think it's a whole different... whatever. Like, it's the agents in DC that are... It takes place a little bit after...
It's kind of like a different story entirely. Yeah. And that makes sense within that universe. Yeah. And they never built up, like, your guns to be... It's not like The Last Word.
Right.
Where it's this huge thing. And they never did these crazy, quests that you put in months to get the gun... Yeah. Just to take them away from you. Right, like getting Outbreak Prime or something. Yeah. Or
it's not, in this it's more like getting an exotic level in like quality and perks of like an assault rifle.
You're not,
but it's not this there's not all this lore behind this M4 that you picked up on the street.
Exactly, and then they just nuke it. Then they're just like, it's all gone for no reason. Yeah. Like that's rough. Right? It is, but I think Division 2 can get away with it. Mm-hmm. And really what they're doing is just redoing Division 1 better. Right. And that's what they needed, I think.
Yeah, I think well, like you were saying with the armor sets, they added those at the very end of Division 1. But the way that you like
in the last year, but
upgrading gear and all that kind of stuff. I had somebody, I think I've said this on the podcast before, I tried to get back into the Division, and I had somebody explain to me like 3 or 4 times, here's how this works, and here's how armor sets work, but
Tony,
if you want to bring it forward, you have to go to this machine, and it's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? And I heard somebody make a joke about how like you needed like a spreadsheet, and you needed to know high-level algebra just to figure out what your final damage output was. They like tacked on so much stuff to make it the best game that it could be. Like they really needed to strip it all down and rip it down and go back to nuts and bolts and build out that type of stuff intelligently from the ground up
so that it was included from the get-go.
So progression is easier to grasp, and so the armor upgrading is a little bit easier to grasp, and it sounds like they're doing that without totally dumbing it down and alienating their hardcore base, because I think there should still be a hardcore Dark Zone if that's what you're into.
Well, and there's other cool stuff about the Division. I liked that the Division had like different builds. You do like your turret build if you were going like, I know Tony had a specific build for when he was soloing in the Dark Zone, right? Yeah. And you could still do that kind of thing. Yeah. But by going into Division 2, like I don't know, I don't think they're eliminating anything like going from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. I think it's really only creating more. Yeah. And ultimately I think people will be happy.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to I'm optimistic, and I'm sort of neck and neck excited for Anthem and the Division 2, and I'm just going to play both of them and kind of see which one gets the hooks in.
I can't believe you're actually that as excited for Anthem as Division 2, because you've been so excited for Division 2.
Yeah, I am. I liked Anthem though. Like I didn't play the VIP demo. I refused on principle. I tried to log in 6-7 times and it kept locking me out, and I think that's outrageous. I think for a VIP demo, not a beta, that shit should have worked. Even if they didn't do the friend pass shit, the people who already gave you money should have gotten a VIP experience. I think that's a bunch of malarkey.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree on that. Yeah. I didn't mind doing the workarounds and figuring it out, and I ended up being really busy most of Saturday. So they had smoothed out some of the worst parts of it by the time I got to play. Yeah. But marketing it as a VIP
was a huge poop. Yeah, it was a huge blunder. Yeah. But I played the closed alpha. We both played the closed alpha, and I loved it. I think the flying is super fun. I actually really enjoyed a third-person loot shooter experience and stuff. So I'm excited for it. And from they give you just a little taste of story in the. I didn't play the VIP demo. I assume they gave you a little bit more. Yeah. But
it was cool too.
Even from the little slice I got in the closed alpha, I was like, okay, this story could be really good if they if they really invested in the story, and I'm hoping they do. I know I don't care about like all the branching choices and shit that a lot of people care about in BioWare games. I just want a good story, and I don't care if it's linear.
Well, and I don't think this one's going to be as branching.
Yeah,
I think there'll be
people
some
have
minor
said
differences.
like if you're really into BioWare, it's gonna be more linear, and you might be disappointed. I'm not, and so if it's a good sci-fi story, I'm on board.
I'm okay with that still, because I'm going into this knowing like I don't want. Well, I would love another Mass Effect game.
Yeah,
like Andromeda 2.
Yeah,
just kidding. I wouldn't.
You know what? I would actually be open to Andromeda 2 because the combat was so good, and I actually liked the little rover thing with exploring the world and the resources and stuff like that. But yeah, they have to pull their heads out.
But what I mean is, like,
good
we'll
joke,
say another
Robbie.
Inquisition.
Good joke.
The next Dragon Age. Like, I'll be really excited for that, but that's not why I'm going into Anthem.
Right. Yeah.
This is something else. It's a new thing.
Yeah.
They've always said it's a new thing. Like, cool. I will go on this journey with them and find out where it leads me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like pigeonhole this into being Inquisition.
Well, and I think it's absurd to ask for like a really big like looter shooter world that you can play for a long time and really deep branching narratives. I think they had to pick like that's too much to ask for
Which is
all at once.
good.
And
I don't want them to.
Yeah.
Because they would have just done a shit job on both.
Right.
That's what would have happened.
Yeah. So let's move on. So Far Cry New Dawn is coming out.
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
I haven't finished.
Oh, you have your...
We haven't beat Far Cry 5 yet.
Oh, I know. I had like I was like telling you about Far Cry New Dawn, and you're like, wait,
yeah,
the world gets nuked and the father ends up in a bunker. And so I was like, oh shit, yeah, sorry. I guess that's the downside of them releasing this the way that they did. Was like
you kind of know what happened. I mean, I think most people played it. I had a feeling. So you and I were playing, and I looked at your screen, your loading screen, and everything was nuked.
After you finished the game, yeah,
and I was like,
your start screen is all
why is your start screen different from my start screen?
Yeah, because yours is all nice and it has Hope County. And all this
and yours is not nice.
Yeah,
I was like, well, I guess we don't win. Like, I don't know. I mean, we're close to the end.
Yeah,
and I'm a very late Far Cry adopter. And we've been playing it slowly, just purely co-op. We're near the end.
Yeah.
But it looks really good, though.
But I love Far Cry 5 just so much, and the music was fantastic. I'm excited to go back to Hope County in a post-apocalyptic setting. I'm excited to see how they resolve the whole thing with the father. Like, how...
And they've never done this, right? A sequel like this.
Yeah, and I think I really like the like really big-ass DLC a little bit later type approach, the standalone DLC kind of thing. I think it's a cool way to do it.
It was really cool with Uncharted.
Yeah.
The Lost Legacy is a really cool story.
Yeah. So, I'm excited. What do you have next on your list?
So the next game I'm most excited about is you're going to be excited about this too. Just kidding. You're not going to give a shit.
I know what you're going to say.
Fire Emblem.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, it comes out. Well, here's the only weird thing about it. So, I guess one came out on the Wii. I didn't play it because I wasn't really playing Fire Emblem at that point. Okay. I got it on the 3DS.
Yeah.
And they've done like all of them on 3DS since then.
Right.
And this one's coming out on the Switch. So it's a console...
Yeah.
Like their first console game in the West.
It's not a re-release of the Wii. It's an actual new Fire Emblem
this is
game?
new. It's a brand new story.
Cool. Yeah.
I know they've been doing that with the Wii U games a lot. No, it's a completely original story. It's on the Switch. I'm super excited. I love the Fire Emblem games.
Yeah.
My only concern is it says spring 2019. I mean, you'd think by now
they would have a firm.
I would know what that means, right? Yeah. There's only like 2. It's February, so
yeah. All the other like Days Gone, all the other ones that had like spring 2019 have like firmed up their release dates.
Right.
So I wonder.
So I'm a little nervous, but I assume it'll still come out this year. So. But I think it'll be cool. I don't know much about the story. It's called Three Houses.
Okay.
I just don't care. Like, it's Fire Emblem.
You said though that it was one of the ones where they sort of bounced around perspectives, and was that one of the games?
Yeah.
And you kind of got to see the different families from their
that was really cool
and stuff. So
they remastered a really old one and brought it forward on 3DS.
Okay.
And it was so good. Like I was surprised. Like, this one's gonna suck because it was different. All of them have been there's some similarities and then there's some major differences. Yeah. And it's always been cool. Like, I've loved every single one. Yeah. So
nice.
I'm really excited for that game.
I thought you were for sure going to say Kingdom Hearts 3. I thought that was going to be...
That's next on my list.
Okay.
But there's a reason why it's not above Fire Emblem. But what's next on you? Well, you want me to go into it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I can talk... I brought up Days Gone. I went from... And this is just a quick one. I went from, like... Who gives a shit? It looks like a same old carbon copy. It looked like they took the guy from The Walking Dead, the Daryl, with his motorcycle and crossbow and stuff. And they're like, okay, they just stuck him in that, and then it's a Last of Us knockoff, sort of, but it's kind of open world. Like, who gives a shit? This thing's gonna not be good.
Dude, it looks weird as hell.
Yeah, but like as it gets a little bit closer, I'm actually getting kind of, and I'm glad they like pushed it back and like did some work on it and stuff. I actually think the focus they're putting on the motorcycle is actually a really cool thing, and I'm getting kind of interested in it. Like you have to upgrade your gas tank, and it's sort of like you and your bike out on the open road, which is like super like this American Spirit kind of thing.
Oh, I don't think it's the game I was thinking of.
Days Gone?
This isn't the weird one where he was like a baby and gave birth to himself or whatever?
Oh, actually that's on my list too. Which is another one that I've gone from like I don't know to like I'm getting very curious about. But Days Gone looks cool. Like I think the motorcycle component of it has like this deep American Spirit sort of thing to it, plus zombies. I'm kind of on board with it a little bit. Remember the big teaser they did where it was like a old wood mill or something like that, and he's like running and there's just a flood of zombies, and it was like the first time anyone had ever seen that many zombies on a thing, and it was like World War Z.
Dude, I'm so over zombie stuff.
Yeah, I keep thinking I am, and then I'm like, oh, that's an interesting take on it. Like I would play that. So that was like the next on mine.
Alec and I wrote a small album about zombies. And really after that, even though that was a lot of fun, it came out well. I think it's too much. Like, I'm done with zombies after that. Yeah, but I kind of like was like, hey, we should do a thing about zombies. You were never like super into zombies, and when we wrote that, like I did summer school, and you went home to our hometown or something for the summer, and I literally just watched zombie movies like all summer, and you came back and was like, dude, we got to do this. So you were I was a little bit at the driver on the idea of like that concept. I think I haven't been into like Left 4 Dead games. I got into but you're right, maybe I just have never been.
You didn't even play the Resident Evil 2 one-shot demo, dude.
I might play that if we pick it up on a sale or something.
It's I was extremely impressed with it, and so I'm not going to buy it just because I don't play scary games anymore. They freak me out, but I was extremely...
Do you think it's too much? Dude,
it's hardcore.
It's just Resident Evil 2 was the one that, like, I liked Resident Evil 2 a lot.
It's a wonderful game, dude. Like, it's I think it's the best of the Resident Evils, and they did from what I can tell, I've, like, watched a bunch of stuff on it, but even just playing the demo, they did a bang-up job bringing it forward. It's awesome.
The game I'm most excited about that's like Resident Evil is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes. Perfect segue.
Okay, I am excited about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
But I want to replay Kingdom Hearts 2 before I go into it.
Yeah.
So I actually it's out now.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick it up, but I really want to play through the second one first. And since I haven't had the time, I think I'm gonna have to pick it up later in the year.
You haven't played the second one, or you just
want to
do the whole journey?
It's been a really long time since I played the second
just
one.
Just watch a YouTube video, like a recap.
That's not how I do things. Okay.
They have the whole. Did you buy it already?
I have the compilation. 1.5, 2.5. It's not 2.8, but it's the one that has 1 and 2.
Because they're doing a thing like for people who are just now getting on the bandwagon. It's like the complete edition for $99, and it has like all the games in one shot that are all remastered in HD
I've got
and all that kind of stuff.
Most of them.
Okay.
I got the one that was most of them.
Yeah.
It's probably missing some.
All these weird ones.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 3 games. Maybe it's like the main 1, the main 2, and then the third full game. I don't know how that 2.8 and all that shit. Yeah. So it gives you like a 3-game experience that's more or less complete. I think it has.
I tried to go back through the first one again.
Mm-hmm.
I got a few hours in.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to play through it. It's kind of dated at this point. It just wasn't as fun.
Yeah.
But the second one was a lot more polished.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go back and play that one and then play the third one.
Yeah. I remember you playing the first one, like, though, back in the day and being all into it. I'm like, what the fuck is Goofy doing? Like, what is this? I was not into it then, and I am not into it now. I loved
the second one, though, and I didn't play it as much. So I really want to revisit it and then play the third one.
Yeah.
And I'm playing Dragon Quest XI now.
Yeah.
I think I said on the podcast it was one of my big regrets.
Yeah.
And then it went on a big old sale.
Oh, that's right.
At the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I picked it up.
Nice.
And so I'm going to finish Dragon Quest XI,
then
Kingdom Hearts 2, then Kingdom Hearts 3.
How are you going to do all that before Anthem comes out?
I won't before Anthem comes out, which is why it's not in my house, Kingdom Hearts 3, because I'd pay full price and then I probably won't get to it till the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen. So I'm not going to go drop $60 and it'll probably be on sale in September or something. Yeah,
there's going to have to be. With all these loot shooters coming out at the beginning of the year, there's going to be a delay. Like, I don't think I'm going to get to some of these until, like, the summer. The ones that are coming out. On the note of fun, happy, key-slashy kitty land, I'm really excited for some good violent shooters to come out this year.
We can just keep going back to the other...
Doom Eternal, Rage 2, and Wolfenstein Youngblood are all like Bethesda id shooters.
Yeah.
And while Bethesda is
saw there's a bunch coming out.
Is in the pooper right now. Like those shooters I think are going to be really fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved Wolfenstein and Doom 2016. I played the original Rage and didn't hate it. Like, I know it gets a lot of hate, but I remember playing the original one and liking it. It wasn't the best game ever, but it was a decent post-apocalyptic shooter.
Dude, our lists are very different, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, Wolfenstein Youngblood, right? So it's the twin daughters of BJ Blazkowicz. Mm-hmm. What's the deal with twins right now? Like, Far Cry New Dawn has the twin girl, whatever, and now they're doing... Right? And these development cycles have to line up sort of ish to where they started around the same time. Yeah. It's like shit's just in the ether. Like, oh, we need twins. Violent twin girls.
I wrote a sci-fi story about twins.
Did you? You should. I would read that.
It sounds good, though, if it's got twins in it.
I would just start reading chapters of it and record it and just sneak them out into our podcast.
Maybe for...
that can be our... yeah.
We'll do an April Fool's joke.
We'll do Robbie's violent... Oh, dude, that's a good idea. Okay, moving on. Real quick, there's a bunch that are like... sort of... Like, there's not... They don't have firm confirmed date, but they're like rumored for 2019. Obviously, The Last of Us 2. Like, that's not confirmed, but it's... people are saying that it's very likely going to be the end of the year.
Pokemon on the Switch is the same way. Just like Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
No, but I am serious in that. There's supposed to be like a traditional RPG Pokemon game.
Oh, cool.
That's coming out maybe this year.
Yeah.
But nobody knows for sure.
Yeah.
And there's no title or anything.
Gotcha.
And they say it's a lot like Last of Us 2.
And on the note of Pokemon, there's a Atomic Heart, which is a crazy Russian shooter. So I have a couple others. So In the Valley of the Gods, which is the people who made Firewatch. Atomic Heart, which looks like BioShock made by crazy Russians. I think it looks super cool.
It does look crazy.
Control, which is that physics-based third-person shootery thing. You're in this government building and shit moves around. I don't really know much about it.
Yeah.
But Metro Exodus, Outer Worlds, Jedi Fallen Order.
They haven't talked any more about it.
Yeah. So like some of those are like
I didn't put that on my list because I didn't want to be all fanboy. I thought you'd make fun of me. I was like, oh, I'll say Jedi Fallen Order, and I was like, but Alex would be like, well, what do you know about it?
So there's like nobody knows anything about it, but it's rumored to be released at the end of 2019. But
it's not coming out.
What's most interesting about it is that it's made by Respawn. It's made by the Titanfall people.
I know. I love Titanfall too.
I'm not big on Star Wars games. You know this, but I am very. I want to know more about that just because of
Titanfall 2 was so good.
Yeah.
The story was amazing, and I even liked the online play a lot too.
Yeah,
I loved Titanfall.
They make really good shooters. Yeah, so how would they do a Star Wars game? I want to know.
Has
more.
To be done well.
I want to know more.
So there's two like samurai games coming out that I'm really excited. The Ghosts of Tsushima, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. I'm most excited about that. It's like the open world. Exploring, it almost looks like Breath of the Wild, kind of, but Assassin's Creed mixed.
It reminds me most of Tenchu Stealth Assassins from way back in the day, more than anything. But with a little bit more open world.
But there's like horseback riding in open world. Stuff.
Yeah.
That
Breath
looks
of the Wild
awesome.
Meets Tenchu Stealth Assassin. Yeah, that could be very, very cool.
Yeah. I think it looks great. Yeah. All the gameplay I've seen of it, I was like, this is gonna be amazing. There's like a really technical fight. Yeah. Where he was like changing stances.
Yes.
And I was
it's just a gorgeous game too.
It's gorgeous. It looks kind of hard, technically, like For Honor, which I love. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited about that. But then there's this Sekiro Shadows Die Twice by the Bloodborne Dark Souls people. Right. And I have never gotten into their games. Right. This might be the one.
Yeah, you said that around our E3 episode that you were really excited for kind of the direction of like the samurai shogun-y kind of stuff.
And I've seen more gameplay on Sekiro, and I'm like, I might have to try it.
It looks like your cup of tea. It doesn't look like mine, but I could see you getting into that.
Yeah, I'm okay with the difficult game. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and my last one was Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. Yeah.
It has the guy from the Days Gone knockoff, who was his name? Norman Reedus. He was the motorcycle guy in
That's
Walking
why I thought
Dead.
you were saying,
Yeah. Not that. So he's...
You see why I got confused.
I do now. Yeah. It took me a minute. I honestly didn't see what he did before. But Japanese games, Hideo Kojima is like... batshit crazy stories.
So crazy.
To the point where I like have a hard time getting into them, or I just stop playing them as I get like halfway through. But I'm very curious about this one just because the cast is awesome. Troy Baker is the bad guy. Mads Mikkelsen is in it. Like, it has a really cool cast. And then there's all this weird, like, buzz coming out about it now that, like, you'll be playing online, and as you, like, go through it, like the world gets closer together and you build this collaborative world with other people who are playing this solo story game. I don't know what that means, but I want to know more. And if it
That sounds too No Man's Sky like.
yeah, but people are kind of. But people are saying like it's really next level and it's there's never been a game like this, that kind of shit. So I'm curious.
I hate when people say shit.
I want to know more. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, the last game I want to mention is a lot like that. Ultimate Alliance 3. Oh
my god.
I'm excited for that. I mean, I don't think it's going to be... I think it'll just be fun. I'm excited to play with my family.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ash and I played
I'll just get
the first two, and we loved it.
I'll get it on PS Plus in like 4 years.
Yeah, well, that's probably... You know, you tried to play Ultimate Alliance, I can't remember 1 or 2, and you, like, cheated. You put a bunch of cheat codes in, and then you got super bored with it.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right.
You did it for like
actually.
a week.
Yeah.
You were like... I was like,
boring,
well, you gotta level up, you gotta unlock these costumes, and you were like, fuck that, and you put in all these cheats.
Yeah.
And you're like, look what I unlocked. And I was like, wow, you got all that? And you're like, no, I put in these cheats. I'm not gonna unlock that shit. I was like, okay, have fun. And then you're like, this game's fucking boring. Stop playing it. So
that sounds like something I would do with that type of game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think it'll
be a good family...
It'll be a good family game. It will be. I mean, my oldest son at least is really excited. Yeah. I don't know if my younger son, he probably won't be able to play it, but I think the three of us could play it.
It's a good group game, just for funsies.
Just like a good like
worth $60? I don't think so. Pick it up on a deep sale, maybe.
Worth $60. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably pick it up when it comes out.
Thank you for listening to Save Every Universe. If you enjoyed this episode, please share us with a friend. We grow through you spreading the good word that is Save Every Universe.
I just wanted to add that we had a record-breaking month again in January. So thank you to everybody who listened. Thank you to everybody who shared it and is recommending it to your friends. We've had a whole series we've broken each last month, each subsequent month we've broken a record. So thank you for everyone who's sharing it.
And if you tell someone and they're like, yeah, it's good, but I wish there was a video, say, bitch, they're on YouTube.
Word for word. Say that to them.
Because we had to say that to somebody today. We did not say that. We did not say that.
We did not. I did not.
No.
Alex drunk. I don't know what he said.
No. But if you haven't checked out our YouTube to see our ugly mugs, go do that as well. If you would like to support us financially, you may do so at patreon.com/Save Every Universe. It's the morning. I swear I haven't been drinking.
He's drunk. If you want to support Alex's drinking habit, you can go on Patreon and we will make you a champion of the universe. You'll get an invite to our Discord channel where sometimes we'll share exclusive sneak peeks on stuff, maybe some outtakes, some gag reels. We should do gag reel.
We should.
We're going to be doing a giveaway here pretty quick.
And all proceeds will go to plastic jugs of vodka that I pour into a coffee cup in the morning. That's not dark. What else should we throw in here that Tony has to edit?
All right, I'm going to get my dick out real quick.